Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast on the Rocks with Tracy and Angie. I am Tracy, and we all know Angelina. And today we have a wonderful friend visiting for the holidays. Her name is Kat, and she is one of my favorite friends. We traveled to London together. We're going to Mexico together. We have had so much fun with all. We just got back from the shooting range. Unfortunately, Angie didn't
How'd
get
that
to
go?
meet. Oh, Lord, you would have been rolling if you were there. We went to Top Gun. Hoot to them. It's a fabulous range. The guys were so awesome, especially because Kat's never shot before. And the range guy was very patient. And if the guys didn't like us when we entered, they loved us when we came out because they thought that she was hysterical on the video that they had. I mean, because every time a gun went off, she was like, jump, jump. And now every time I was shooting or Fred was shooting or Jerome was shooting, she was so nervous that she didn't want to do it. So she was like, no, I can't do it. And it was so loud in her ears because she didn't have the right
it was so loud. Literally, I felt like someone was literally like, like clay pigeon shooting. I was the pigeon. Batting around, running. It was like that. Oh, she's going again. I was literally
jumping and dunking,
like, and scared to death on top of it, like jumping and like she was in fire, like she was in.
I felt like I was at war.
Iraq
I was like,
it's like she was at war. That's how she was like going.
Down.
The UK has all the gun laws, right? So you probably don't shoot there, do you? Do they have shooting ranges?
No. Well, they might do, but there isn't gun laws in. You can't own a gun in the UK. Yeah. You can't.
Okay, so
unless maybe you can, but I don't know.
Have you ever?
I don't think that you're not allowed to in the UK.
I don't think you are.
That's why
to.
Even their cops have the
billy clubs.
Billy clubs, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think if you do own a gun, it's got to be because of a particular reason. I don't think it's
like you're a gangster or you're going to rob a bank or something like that.
Or if you're
all the military. All the people that are out to do bad carry guns, and all the good people are not allowed to carry guns. So that's probably what that's about. Kind of like what they were going to try to do here in America, but we fought for that, and of course we won.
So did you shoot?
At the very end.
I did eventually, but I was...
What did she shoot? What did you ever shoot?
Finally took her down to a 22. Because
that was the savior.
Yeah, mine was a 9mm, and then we did a 380, and then they were shooting off Lugers.
Literally as they were shooting,
like a 22 rifle,
22 handgun.
Oh, handgun. Yeah. Okay.
But literally, I think I was getting so freaked out every time that you guys were shooting. I was watching the bullet as it came out, and it was like a luminous orange, and I was like, oh my God. And
see, but you can't see that when you're holding the gun down the range. And so she was so nervous. And then when finally I said, all right, let's go down to 22. And so I did 22. And then the guy's back there goes, only put one in. And then even then she was making me nervous. And so I'm like, oh my God, like, I think I'm going to like let him show her how exactly to do it, because she was making me nervous. That and so when I let him step in, she did, and she did good. And let me tell you, she's a good shot. Was I good?
Yes.
Yeah. She has good aim? She has good aim.
All right.
Yeah, she did very good once she got going. So we graduated, after we'd put the one in, and then she would put the gun down, then we put another bullet in, and then put the gun down. And then finally I said, all right, let's try two bullets in there. Yeah. And then she did. And then at the end, she had like 4 bullets, and then,
I got the hang of it.
Yeah, she got the hang of it.
But you know what really freaked me out? It wasn't what we were doing, is because there was other people in there. So as we were talking about what I need to do, how to hold it and everything else, out of nowhere, right? Because there's no warm up to it. As you're doing it, all you hear is, doosh! You're like, oh, it's like someone dropped a bomb. It's like, fucking, oh my God, seriously.
Yeah, she would duck like a bomb.
That's what it felt like. Like, shit.
She would make me jump. She jumped so much.
But the funniest bit was when we got out, right? The guys, I said, I jumped out my skin. He said, yeah, I know. We've been watching you. And it's hilarious.
They were... So I told him, I said, listen, go back and I need a printout of that tape. I want to either film it with my phone just to have it, because let me tell you, I'm not even doing it justice how funny it was. I swear.
Yeah, maybe if we can get it, we can play on the next
Or
we'll
put a clip in here. We'll get the wonderful Justin with the milky voice.
It was so funny. But I felt so bad for her because I'm like, you got to relax, just relax. They can't get you from anywhere behind here. You're safe, you know. The bullets can't come back. And then, so as I'm saying that, I went to go shoot the Luger, and it went right down my shirt, and I'm like, you know.
And she's like, what?
What? Yes.
And I ran into the corner.
And, you know, and when that happens, even a seasoned shooter, like I had to think quick, drop the gun, and then grab my shirt, you know. And I had this thing tied up to here to make sure I had told her that.
Still got in.
Yeah.
So you see,
where there's a will,
one
there's
hit me
a
on top
way.
of the
That's
head,
why I was scared.
Right over there. But it was a blast. It was really too bad we didn't have a video rolling on that. I mean, I'm telling you.
Well, I'm sorry that I missed that.
I asked you to come, but I know you couldn't. You were busy. I know, but it was fun. So anyway,
it was fun. Definitely got to do that again.
Yes.
Definitely.
So you want to do it again?
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, once you fire this first one on the 22, you're going to be okay. Just fire the first one. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. And then once she did, she was like, oh, okay. And then so she started to get more comfortable. And
I'm still gonna like jump out of my skin, right? Because it's the sound of what's going on around me. That's not gonna change, right? I'm still gonna be like, oh.
Yeah,
she
still could hear it.
She had to put the things that you wear on the gummy things you wear on the plane.
As well as.
And then the ear things on top. And then
still loud though.
And so listen, so now the guy's got her all ready. We're all ready for her to shoot. All ready. And he goes, okay, you're ready. Now it's loaded. So okay, you can shoot. And so, okay, shoot. And she goes, I am. And he's like, and he goes, all right, we'll put the gun down. And so now he's looking at it and he couldn't figure out what's wrong with it. And so then he goes, well, there's nothing wrong with it. And he goes like, okay, put it again. This happened like 3 or 4 times. Now Jerome's behind us trying to video it. And, you know, then we're like, for goodness sakes, you know, and you know what it was? If you know where the thing is like this and then the trigger is inside of it, she was pulling on the front of it.
Oh. The bloody lovely.
My lovely friend. I'm not making fun, but it was, you know, listen, we've all had to be and go through it. But she was a pro at the end, and anywhere she aimed to shoot, she was a great shot. She was a good shot. I was very surprised.
Literally, like the guy was like, aim for the hand, and he said the knuckle, straight in the knuckle.
She shot the first knuckle,
second knuckle,
right
in the middle of the head,
third knuckle. Shot him right in the head.
Yeah, then above the eyebrows was like above the eyebrow. Oh, it was Then he was like,
she got a good shot.
And you know what was really funny? He was like, so what's your, what did he say? What's your what is your eye? Which eye do you use?
What's your dominant eye?
I was like, what do you mean dominant? I just like click left to right, and then shoot. I clicked left to right, blank. Then he said, are you serious? I said, yes. Then he made me like take a step back. There was like this triangle thing. He was like, right, do this. And then like, look at the triangle, both eyes. And then close one and then the other, and which one can you see the triangle through? Then he was like, okay, you are right, dominated.
You're right, dominant, yeah.
But I was doing just like left
so
to right.
You were doing either one?
Either one. I was like just testing it out. I didn't know what you meant to do.
When you get it, you're supposed to be able to shoot with both your eyes open and aim. And then once you get that good, when you know where the gun is, and when you're aiming through, when you see the sight and then 2 sights and you aim that, eventually it's a reflex where you
Well, this is the thing. So
once you get really good, you don't have to close your eye and look and do that, because you want to shoot like with your eyes open, and you know that your shot will hit there.
I did shoot with both eyes open, but what I did do is close both eyes to see which one I could really focus with.
Yes, and that's the way.
To be fair,
okay.
it's the contact lenses, because sometimes they move up and down. So, you know, dominant eye or not, my thing is, well, you know, if the lens decides to become a bit blurry or start moving up and down, I might have to use the other eye.
Right.
And that's got a bit of a clearer focus. And then, then I position it, and then I open both eyes, and then just keep both eyes open and then shoot.
Right. And so then next time you come, I'll take you to Sherry's, my girlfriend Sherry, who owns Bullseye shooting range in Port Orange. And she will teach you all of that, how to hold the gun, how to drop, how to walk and shoot, shooting like boom, boom, and targets. So you learn how to, because repetition is what you need to shoot without having to do that and add in, unless you're,
How were you? Because you haven't shot for a while.
I got 3 in the head. First out. go. High five, baby. That was with my 9mm. And the Luger, I did pretty good. I got the bullseye in the thing, and that Luger was tough, loud. So anyway, okay, well, here's a salute, okay? We have a tequila here that Angie brought in. A salute.
Salute.
What are we having today, Miss Angelina?
We are having El Mayor tequila, 100% agave, hand harvested.
That's actually smooth.
I know, it's actually really good.
I like
Mexico.
that.
It's family owned.
This is
family
dangerous.
Estate owned.
This could be dangerous.
Super good. And how can you buy it? Can you buy it online or particular store?
I bought it at Publix liquor
Oh,
store.
Publix.
Publix liquor store. Oh, that's right. Publix does have a liquor
They
store.
carry like some
Yeah.
weird, like obscure stuff that you don't find everywhere. So
Yeah. So anyway, well, next time you come, we'll go to Sherry's and she'll teach you, and that'll be great. Because I just wanted you to fire a real gun first before to make sure you are okay. And she liked it. So after she got the hang of it, now she just needs to learn how to handle a gun and not be afraid of the gun. And then after that, we can go back to.
It's got to be the noise of the others. Because when you're just setting yourself up, I think what was distracting me was how loud it is when someone else is.
It's loud.
Do it, yeah. I literally felt like I was in World War I and they were fucking bombing my house. That's what it felt like.
boom.
I tell you, that was the most laughs I got at a gun range in a long time. The most laughs ever. I was hysterical. I couldn't stop laughing. And then I was jumping when she would jump. I'm trying to talk to her, and then she would jump again. And I'd be like,
were there a bunch of people behind,
there
like
were
watching?
No.
Because sometimes that makes me nervous.
There was not. No.
When there's like
you know what?
that glass
I
wall.
didn't even pay attention to what was back there.
No, there was only two
and there was
guys.
only two people on the whole range. So the range is pretty empty. Except the one guy was like shooting like a semi-automatic or like something that was. Yeah, we didn't even get to pull out the AR and do the AR at all. She would have.
Did you
that
bring
been
it?
Fun. I brought it, but we didn't do that. I brought the .22 rifle too. We didn't get at that either.
I would have ran out of the place.
Yeah, trying to
To the car
coax her
park.
into doing it.
How long were you there? An hour?
And it was an hour, and then then we wanted to do another hour, and then it was like almost 5, and I'm like, no, I gotta go. We just did the podcast thing, and so she said, well, cancel it. I said, I can't cancel it. I said, because I said, you said you wanted to be on the podcast. She goes, no, I just wanted to see the podcast.
I thought we were coming just to have a look at the
Just
podcast.
to have a look at
normally
it.
it's on a,
yeah,
before
no,
Thanksgiving, and I thought,
talk about bamboozled. Woo!
Well,
we're gonna do it. Like we're gonna really do it.
Bamboozle. We just got signals crossed, and so, but we're all worked out, and
It
I'm
all
very
worked out
happy to have
perfect.
you.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that you're here through the Thanksgiving, and it's lovely. Where you headed next? Because she lives in 3 different countries. She
She's
lives in
our world
Spain,
traveler.
and
I
she
know,
has a
yeah.
home in Spain and a home in UK, and a home
Switzerland.
here. And
Switzerland.
travels a lot.
Yeah, and so so the next 4 weeks, I guess, is what I can share is Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Saturday. I'll fly to London. I'll be in London for 1 week, and then I'll be in Spain for 1 week, and then I'll be in Switzerland for 3 days, and then back to Spain for 2 days, and then back to London. So I'll get back to London on December the 20th, and then I'll stay there for Christmas, Boxing Day, and then potentially on the 28th, I'll fly from London to Florida. But we'll have to see because, Jerome also has his things where he travels a lot. So he may need to be in Holland. So, of course, I can't plan anything really to fly back to
Solid,
yet.
yes.
Because it might
It's
be that he comes to
understandable.
Holland and then, depending on which date that is,
Yes.
we may be in Holland or
Right.
we may both fly back together. And it could be
Yes.
for New Year's Eve. It could be after. I have no idea.
And I know
It's up in the air.
I dropped my schedules for her because I love hanging with her. She's like the sweetest girl. I love her to death, and my husband loves her
Super
husband.
fun.
And so when I know she's in town, I'm gonna try to hang as much as I can with her as well.
Yeah, because we know
so-
those dates are like
yes, those are
actual
yes.
happening. Not like maybe not.
Yes.
But I'm hoping that going forward
Yes.
we can change all that. But literally, like this year, it has been insane. We did 3 cruises. I mean, we was all over the
Yes,
meds.
you
We were
have.
in Alaska. Bloody
The London trip that
the
we were
London,
on, and
Goodwood.
Goodwood.
That
and
was super. That was so much fun. Are we going to do Goodwood next year?
that
I
was
wanna do the
Goodwood. I want to do the revival. I'll
Yeah,
do
we
the
said
revival.
the revival, right?
I
Yeah.
haven't done that. I'd like to do the
I
rest.
haven't
that.
done the revival. I've been Goodwood twice now, and I'm
So I used to work for BMW Park Lane back in the days for like 7 years. I was fortunate to work there for the managing director, Toby Partridge. And we were the main sponsors for the Olympics 2012. So that's something that we will never see in our lifetime, being from the UK. And so it was amazing. So that was super fun. And he has his own dealership and he goes to all of the, Goodwoods every single year, all the time. And so, yeah.
yes, you were telling me that about him when we were there.
Yeah, when we were
Yes.
there, he anyway went there, and I was like, "Oh my god, could you get like tickets for this?" He said, "Oh, Katrina, you should have told me like in advance." And I was like, "Well, I thought we had it all sorted out, That's another podcast.
I know where you're going with that.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I was like, I will give you as much notice as I can for the next time. He was like, "Yeah, make sure you do." But he's brilliant, and I used to support him, and we still talk. I watched his kids grow from here to like adults, and we meet up like a few times a year just for a lunch or a Christmas drink or whatever, just to always touch base and whatever else. So yeah, he's amazing, and he'll always try to help where he can, And I still have, other than him being the managing director, now owner, I still have friends that are in the same business. So I've always got someone who can like sort us out for hospitality or whatever else.
Yeah,
So we're gonna plan it a little bit better. I think next time round. Will we
When
still
is
stay
the
in the same place?
revival? That's like
September.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, beginning of September. Will we stay where we stayed, or do we stay on the actual grounds?
You're talking about Goodwood itself, Goodwood time. I'm not sure I want to do Goodwood again.
You said you want to do the revival.
The revival.
Yeah.
That's after Goodwood. You got to go. That's
But it's in the same place.
same time, same place, right? Yes. Should we stay? I love Karen and Simon.
They are.
I love them.
They're so much fun.
And they show for you everywhere you need to go. And, those massages, I can't get enough of that.
God,
and
that was
her
the
Zen. I mean, absolutely.
best. We have to plug
Listen,
that.
if you're coming, we should just stay there because you can't get that there. I'd stay
100%.
there.
Yeah, definitely.
because,
And anyway, they
She was
take
there
and
them.
they're so
the
wonderful.
Reiki.
Yes. And
But
the
it's like nothing that
massage,
you've
it's
ever
like
had
nothing
before.
you've ever had before. No, movie stars and everything go to her.
Yeah.
I'm
Really?
telling you, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was her name?
Karen.
Karen.
What was her last
Okay,
name?
Karen, I'm coming September.
Karen and Simon.
Karen and
they're,
Simon. But you know what? We're gonna. Yeah. Listen, she's fantastic.
Yes, and she does it as a job, but only by word of mouth. She doesn't really even advertise. So I put it out there on the last time we talked about London. I'm sorry,
yeah, you
Karen
did.
and Simon. My mind is like I can't hold all this information. So
What we'll do is we'll get
Yes.
the whole website. We'll get all of the details so that actually that we can like.
yes.
Oof,
But
put it up there.
if we're gonna go that way there,
Definitely.
I'd like to go back
That way
there.
route, yeah.
they
It
were
was
they were great.
fantastic.
Even Jamie and Jen, like they loved the place because they came over to see us at their one, and
And hopefully he'll have his new hip.
Oh, and then also as well the icing on the cake, right? So after Karen's treatments that are just out of this world and beautiful and brilliant. Second of all, the actual banter, the company. Oh God, a bunch of laughs. And the third, they do the doggy daycare. Simon does. So they've got all the doggies. Oh,
and the garden is beautiful. It's like
it's huge.
It's like a
It's like
English Tudor cottage, but
that's
bigger.
it. Yeah.
And with roses
unique
and flowers, and oh
and-
my God, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
Is
It
it
was
like
phenomenal.
a bed and breakfast or like is it their house?
It's an Airbnb, but see, they
It was
have
the
an
first
Airbnb
year. It was the
downstairs.
first year of doing
This
it.
was the first year of people staying with them in their portion of the home,
Yes, that's right.
and only
okay.
because we were friends with Al.
Yeah,
that
and they had the
we
race
were
team there.
able
They
to
actually
get-
had
Yeah,
NASCAR
they had the
race
race
team.
car.
Oh,
team
staying
there.
at the house.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was. that
So
was
we
it.
would see them. They would come into the kitchen a little bit, but not a lot because they had a big other section. But I preferred where we were. Was just so
was
quaint
fantastic.
and beautiful. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. So, if we're gonna do that, that's what we should definitely plan on. I mean, I'm down for that.
I'm down for that.
You know me and
down for
costumes. I
that.
love costumes.
I'm down.
Oh yeah, where are we going to get costumes from? We can hire them.
Oh, we can plan that.
Oh no, I have one.
Oh, Ange.
I do. I have my grandmother's dress from the 40s. It's
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to do that airline stewardess thing again. I thought you were thinking Halloween costumes. Halloween costumes. I thought you were doing the pilot again.
No. I know I've got, and I've never worn it.
Well, that is
But I mean,
one
it's in
place to wear it.
beautiful condition. But it's
Okay,
Is that what we have to do? We have to dress as what? Anything you want, I
isn't
thought.
it the Tudor
Like
Tudor
a-
years? Isn't it the Tudor years?
No, because Al wore...
like the 40s, right?
40s
30s, 40s.
or anything that's historic.
Like, yeah.
historic. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
So
the
you
30s
dress
and the
like
40s.
vintage.
It's like the 20s and
Vintage
the 30s.
Gucci or vintage whatever. Flapper. That would be vintage.
Or mix and match.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can do designer and then,
Right.
yeah.
Anyway.
It'd be hard
Yeah.
to find the shoes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we'll have to do that.
We'll do that.
Yes. So anyway, so what...
So with all of the places that you frequent, what is your favorite?
That's, I cannot really say a favorite because it's different things for different places.
And so much, she's got so many friends all over the world.
That's the problem. I've got friends all over the place.
They'll all leave her
ridiculous.
if she says one
It's
or the other.
Yeah, it's the friends that make it. I love coming here because I've got you guys, right? I like being, let's say, Spain, because if I need to get to and from, it's easy. It's literally like nowhere is more than 15 minutes away. But here, you've got such big roads, such big, it's a big journey. But I love London. For example, if I need to go from A to B, I can be, in Bond Street in 20 minutes. You jump on the underground, you're there in 15 minutes. Go by car, it's an hour and 20 minutes. You've got that kind of flexibility. I like Spain. Yeah.
That's why she's always late when she's here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
I am always late. No, but I am always late. But I misjudge the time.
You think, well, if I get from A to B there in 20 minutes,
she's
I'm going to
got
get A
in
to
London,
B
she's
here
like,
in 20
boom, boom,
minutes.
boom, boom.
I'm like, I could be there in 15 minutes, but
she
really.
knows everything and
Traffic.
everywhere, every little corner to turn in London. But here, she's a little off.
So do you drive everywhere, like there, like Spain, Switzerland? Are the rules like different, or do they all drive on the wrong side of the road?
It's not the wrong side to them. It's
the
wrong-
UK is the opposite side to you, but Spain and Switzerland is the same side as Florida.
Oh, okay.
But I learned to drive in Spain, so I've always driven on the left. So for me, it's okay, it's normal. But I don't know what happened. I had a car accident many years ago. But since then, it shook me up. So I don't like to drive on the
either.
highway.
Me too, same thing.
I don't like to drive in the dark. And now I kind of pushed past all of that and said, well, if I'm meeting the girls for lunch and I'm having a glass of wine, I'm not going to drive. So I actually just don't drive unless I'm going to go and do a food shop for my grandma.
Oh, we're in trouble together then. We, neither one of us to drive.
I used to get a taxi to Bianca's to get my hair done.
I would do that.
Seriously?
Yeah, Jerome was like, what are you doing? It's up the road. It's up the road. I'm like, yeah, well,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that
I drove there
bad,
yesterday, but
yes.
normally I just get Uber.
How brave of you.
I know.
I mean, my
she
God,
makes fun of
she
so much
braved
fun
the
of me
roads
because of it, but I
yesterday.
had a
She
bag of-
shot a gun today.
I know.
She did
Do you
a
know
lot of...
what?
Look at that.
Brave, and the other thing is, I think it's always reverse psychology, right? So when someone says to you, well, why don't you just do that? You could do that. Or, you know what? You can't do that, right? So me with the driving to the hairdressers, and I was like, well, I can. I've driven from Spain to Portugal, which is like 5 hours. I've done that before. But, of course, they won't know
It's
because
not
they've
really
never
you,
witnessed
though.
it,
It's not us. It's the other people.
So now I'm just like, you
but-
know what? I
Listen,
can.
she went to a
Yes, I
concert too. Went to
can.
see Jelly Roll, by the way.
He's-
That was
Oh, yeah, how was
fabulous.
that?
Yeah, that was absolutely magnificent concert. Thanks,
Amazing.
Jamie Jen and
Yes.
Skinny for providing the tickets for Jamie's birthday, and we were lucky enough to be invited. I'm
had
sorry
never
you
even heard
couldn't
of Jelly
go.
Roll.
Unfortunately, you missed a good concert.
It
babe.
was my husband.
I know. You should leave him behind next time. Sorry,
Yeah,
Keith.
leave him behind. I didn't even know who Jelly Roll was.
Yeah, they didn't
Until-
know who Jelly Roll. Yeah,
I'd never heard of him.
it was really a great concert.
But it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's
I
got a
definitely
cool
want to see him again.
story.
Yes.
That's what I love about
That's
him.
what
That's
I love
what
about
brought
him.
me to start to listen to him was his story, which was great. I mean, I didn't know he went to prison that many times though.
How
So,
many times?
Like a lot. Like,
Oh. Was he in a gang? It was gang, right?
I don't think he was in a gang.
He was just a bad hombre.
Not necessarily a bad hombre. Probably, yeah, though. I mean, yeah, I guess he.
But I know he was addicted to drugs and
Yes,
I think it's because he grew up in that kind of
thieving
neighborhood.
and robbing to provide the money for the drugs, which is what got him
And his kids.
several times. Yeah.
He's got a load of kids, in he?
So, but he while in prison, he found God and
see that's
started
just-
writing
that's
these
amazing
songs.
And
to
look
me.
at that. He found God. And with the faith of that, he then got blessed. And his whole life turned around for the absolute better. It's what saved him, right? So, and this is what happens when you decide to change your life and take the leap of faith and really devote that energy into it. They will always, provide and make sure that everything goes in the right direction.
Right, and you'll see the difference, and you'll help others. I mean, because he had this friend of his that he went to high school with, who also, when he I don't think he went to prison, but he had a hard time. But he's a songwriter. He then all of a sudden started writing all the songs for all the country artists, and then when Jelly Roll started getting popular, he was still just a songwriter for everyone. And he said, "You need to be on stage." And he had a great voice. He had a great show. He opened for Jelly Roll, and then he also went on stage with Jelly Roll. And so Jelly Roll there is helping him, giving him back. And now he's not just a songwriter for other people. He's now singing his own songs. And now he's helping this friend and many other people. Jelly Roll does that. And that's, giving back, man. You're giving back. And that's what it's all about, is giving back.
I think about
giving it
God,
back.
like when God blesses someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
He blesses someone in a way
That you're
that
blessed.
those blessings flow from that person to
People that
another
they
people
care about them.
and he tries to bless as many people through one blessing as possible.
Well, and then
they
to tell
just
your
flow.
story as well of the blessings, because that's what people will, because that's the whole idea, by knowing that that was him that blessed me right now. And I know that was nothing but God that blessed me right now. And so by you knowing that and have such faith, because you know that was God, that you're able to go on and tell other people that story and your belief in faith. And when you truly believe, people can read that on you. People can tell that okay, well, she's not BSing. She's, right? And so that's what it's all about, to go on and help others in the meantime, and provide that blessing to others through
And that's
faith.
how I feel about with the universe, because I was Christian Catholic, but my family are Christian. It's all a bit messed up, really. My husband's Jewish, and but I'm very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
So what I always with myself, because I don't go to church every Sunday, so I shouldn't use the God's name in vain. But what I do always say to myself is, the angels are blessing me. So I'll always be grateful and do my kind of meditation and gratitude. And then with that, when I have that belief that, I'm being grateful and what's going on around me, listen, I always get what I want in all my life, every single time. But it's about, I think, putting your trust into what you in particular says is what you are worshipping or believing.
Yes.
Because it's, more or less, it's on the same platform, right? They all represent the same thing.
A God, a universe. God is the universe.
God is the universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Amen to that.
But yeah,
So,
I'm a great believer of that. It's all energy.
Yes. So, what do you have to say? What have you done in this last week? That's our
somebody
husband trying to
break
get through the
in
door.
here?
No, that's
Oh.
my husband using the new keys. Because he lost my keys to this new pod
I'm
studio.
like,
and he
I think
had to get new
somebody's
keys
trying-
made. And he was supposed to do that 3 days ago, but he did it tonight. And so he's now
they went to
interrupting
Lowe's.
this podcast. But hey, it's all good.
It is good.
Did you get in, honey?
No, he's still fumbling with keys.
Messing around.
So Lowe's didn't
Let's
do a
just say
good job.
fucking around with the keys. Excuse me, God. I just got done talking about you.
All right. Well, what is my Bible verse for the day? Let me see. My verse for the day is... It's buffering. 2 Corinthians 5, chapter 5, verse 18. All of these new things are from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and who gave us the ministry of reconciliation.
Amen.
So we should see, yeah, I believe
Recognition of the Lord. That's what
Reconciliation.
we're just kind of talking about.
If you recognize it, you will get recognition.
Exactly.
And that recognition that you're
yeah.
giving is to help you into the path that you desire and to obtain
all
all the things
God
you want.
truly wants is for you to recognize that was Him. Okay,
Yeah.
like oh wow, that was God who just like gave me an eye wink or a blessing, right?
Yeah.
That was God. And so the more you say that and say, I know that was God, then the more you're going to tell others. Well, pray, just pray
That's
and
it.
ask, and you will
Receive.
believe that you will receive it, and that's God, and that's really all that we need to do, right?
Yeah.
Is truly believe. And so as soon as I got that together, that's when I started to
Believe,
see,
ask, and you will receive.
and know. So, recognition of the blessing will make other people recognize God, right? Amen. So I'll have a little excerpt from my favorite person who writes all these wonderful books, Miss Susie Yelvington. Keep your lips zipped. Zip my lips, please. I've learned that from her. And this is one of her books, and it's called Looking in the Mirror. And I found the first page, the whole thing is great, but the first page was very, hit me. Okay. And the question was, how do you see yourself? The way you see others is a pure reflection of yourself. If you are a kind, happy, and trustworthy person, then you will see others as yourself. If you are critical, and then we'll see others as critical. If you are open and loving, you see others that way. It is our lens that determines everything. Be aware of that. If you move to another city or a place of business, what you left there, you will find where you are going to. Be aware of your own lens. If you want to see things differently, you may need to change yourself first. My favorite thought, be the person you would love to meet, work with, be married to, and be the parent to. It all seriously depends on you and your perspective, right? So what is your lens saying about you? What does your mirror say about you? See, what do you say about yourself? There's a poem also called Looking in the Mirror, and I can't remember all of it, but when you go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that person has to say, for it isn't I don't remember the whole thing, for it isn't your family or friends you must trust. Oh, geez, I can't remember the whole thing. It's called Woman in the Mirror. When you go to
you
the
used
mirror
to say that all the time.
and look at yourself,
Basically, the end of it is...
and see what that woman has to say. For it isn't your friends or
reflection.
family whose judgment upon you must pass. The one who counts most in the end is the one looking back from the glass. If you can meet all your friends down the pathway of life and get pats on the back as you pass, but the woman whose verdict counts most in the end is the one staring back from the glass. Pretty much, yeah. And that is true. And I read that years and years before I even met Fred. And I remember that. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror and be proud and love yourself and be okay being by yourself, then, you need to work on yourself more.
Yeah, because actually, you have to be proud and love yourself before others can be proud and love you.
Right. And you can't truly love others the way you truly are meant to until you can truly love yourself. Yeah, faults and all, especially faults, because we're brilliantly made to fail, right? Because no one's perfect. And that's it, and that's why we're human and spiritual together, so amen to that.
Amen to that.
What about
Okay.
the whole AI? Because that's meant to be the perfect.
But that's not, wait, no way.
No,
yeah,
there's just so many things that are relying on that AI now.
And that's crazy.
It is very crazy because
yeah.
they're even saying they're developing something that you can literally just like a Siri talk into it, say, right, I want to book a trip, family of 4, we want to go here, we want to stay there, all of this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they book everything for you because you've got your card already stored in there. And it's meant to go swimmingly and amazing, right? Even things with, you can say, paint a picture. So as an artist, it creates phenomenal. When you say, I want to say a child on the beach, but with some dogs, doing this, doing that, within seconds, it creates a whole art piece, right?
Yes, and that it's crazy. So now there's a movie that's a children's movie out there, and I can't remember the name, Kylo, or he was a little robot, and they made all these little robots to pick up the garbage and stack them. Okay, and then so what happened was all the people had so much trash. AKA watch Netflix. There's something on Netflix about what happens with all our trash and all our leftover stuff and all that. That's a whole nother subject. And this little robot was left behind because the earth became so overcrowded with debris and garbage. And they left all these little robots behind, and they went up into a spaceship that was supposed to be like Earth. And they lived there because they put so much garbage on Earth, right? And now all of them are all fat, sitting in chairs, pressing a button to eat for the food, and they're all like, now they're like this, right? And the little robot left on Earth, and this is the only one who had somehow he was able to repair himself with different batteries and stuff. And the piles of garbage he built them into the city, like New York City, and all over there were cities, and it was all made from garbage and pile. And he kept working, doing what he was supposed to do. That he would close off, put himself in, get recharged, close down, wake up in the morning, then he would get to unplug and pick up, and then he would just repack. And then he met a female little robot that he fixed up, and it was a really cute story for kids, but it really had a lot of impact because you're like, oh my God, if now when I watch that Netflix show, to see that and to say, oh my God, like that really could happen. Yeah. So these people are now fat as a house. They can't move, they can't walk, they can't shit. The only thing they can do is sit and press a button. Now they want to go back to Earth because somehow he wound up being able to clean it back, and the environment and the air started to come back because he brought a plant back. Long story, it's a movie. But anyway, so they realized that they got so fat that they can't do anything. And so it wasn't
such a great thing. But
yes,
still a bit scary.
I think of AI going horribly wrong on that movie I told you to watch on Prime. With the guy's wife needs a heart transplant, and she's in the hospital, and he has 2 kids, and he goes into this store that's selling these AI robot assistants that'll help, and the daughter picks out one and he brings her home, and oh my God.
Yes. And then,
did you watch that?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Holy, I gotta think
she was hot though, hot little robot, and he
it was Megan Fox. Megan Fox, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you've got to give me the name of that. Bloody hell, that sounds brilliant.
So
it was like
she made him fall in love, and then I think what happened? Like
no, don't say it all. No, you got to watch that.
All right, you got to watch that.
I'm gonna find the movie.
Go back to So,
oh my God.
Anyway.
But AI went totally wrong in that regard. And that's my fear, that you give them your card and they're going to book you on this trip, right? But they've coordinated with some drug cartel in Mexico for your Mexico trip, and they're going to kidnap you, and then
oh wow, that's real deep shit.
Yeah, it's real deep shit. But listen, I mean,
that's really cool. Actually, maybe we need to write our own.
Honestly, movie. Everybody should go on Netflix and watch that show. I can't remember what it is, but there's 5 things that are country. It's got to do with Amazon and all that. And there's 5 things: buy, sell, something else. 5 things, right? And I'm
gonna look at that.
It's I forget the name of it, but it's very, very. It's crazy because they show you all the clothes that are manufactured and what happens to the clothes. They wind up in the oceans of Thailand.
Subservience is the name of that movie. Whew, it was like.
There we go. Subservience. Everyone must watch it.
Yep, gotta watch it.
So anyway, however we got off that subject, always look for a book for Susie Elvington.
We should
and
get
this
her on.
Is Look in the Mirror.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Your friend who does these books, because I picked it up when I went
She
down there.
doesn't ask me to do this. I do this on my own.
No,
I love her
but she
books.
should come on and.
I would love to have her come on.
That would be amazing.
But,
that would be amazing if she
I
could.
would definitely, yes. I ask
One
her every
day.
time I see her to come on, but she's a busy lady, and we're not quite. We're kind of winging it right now.
On a wing and a
We're
prayer.
on a wing and a prayer while we do this podcast, for sure. Wing and a prayer. By the grace of the good Lord, we're able to talk. And so, with that, what are your
Probably a
wishes?
good time to end.
Yes, we've been rambling. So, but it's okay because we love Kat, and she.
And I love these
Thank
girls.
you.
love having her.
No,
Next
thank you
time-
for having me.
Yes,
really, thank you so much.
If you're still here, so maybe we can
I'm
redo
still here
one
for another
next
week.
week.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have you
Okay,
back
yeah,
on,
all right.
and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll have your husband on with us.
Oh, that would be
that
good.
would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
So let's
The
do
World
that. So
Travelers
next week,
and the
tune
bloody
in.
lovely Kat. Thank
Very
you.
lovely Kat.
Thank you,
Tune in
darlings.
next
Thank you
week
so much,
for
darlings.
Jerome and Kat, and we can find out how this lovely lady ticks. Okay, with all that, we're going to bless everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Come see us again and tapping out.